Hey everyone, it's Ross. Welcome to Season 2, Adventures in the Void Spacecast. This season we're talking about independent and folk science fiction tabletop role-playing games. The following is an actual play of the original Starfaring role-playing game, Classic Traveler, by Mark Miller and Games Designer Workshop. So get your vac suit on, your sidearm ready, and prepare to exit jump space. We've got money to make and worlds to explore, and we hope you'll join us on these adventures. Out here on the Imperial fringe, it's just us veterans of the Fifth Frontier War keeping the space lanes moving. Free traders like us, still willing to evade the pirates, the terrorists, the zealots, the criminals. They prey on these war-torn ruins of 100 worlds. They call us travelers. We aren't liked, but we're needed. We use our skills we learned in the service to operate starships and earn a buck. We ain't looking for trouble, but it always finds us. When it does, it'll find us ready. I'm gonna pick tonight. I'm wondering if we could spend a little time recapping. And Tiffany, would you be willing to recap sort of the bigger story, like what has kind of gone on in general?
Yeah, starting from when?
The Battle of Rylanor. Like, how did you guys end up in this situation? What happened?
Oh, hang on. Rylanor was the one where our friend the gorilla became deceased,
Bought
right?
it, yeah. You deceased
Okay.
him.
Yeah, that was tragic. It was a hard day for all of us. Yeah, we were not particularly high-ranking military members who were attempting to defend this particular like zone in the battle for Rylanor, and one of our squad members became compromised by a telepath from the opposite army, and we had to decease him. And we also, after not long after that, we got caught in this charge and were taken out. Luckily, we all survived, but that's where we got our cyberware from. And since then, we found it difficult to maintain just prestigious positions, and kind of just didn't do well and ended up being pushed to the edge as travelers. And then I guess I'm not sure about the canonicity of this, but the first thing we did is try to rescue the scout ship off Walston. So we went out there. It was a pretty smooth ride out. We met some contacts. We asked around. We did some sleuthing. We found the ship. We saved the ship. And then we're able to return. For a while, we were running errands for the scout service. Our scout service contact. Just in and out of the sector, getting information for him. We tried and failed to make profit running legitimate goods. I don't believe we ever ran illegal goods, although we got offered a couple times. I don't think we ever took them up.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It was always too risky. Let's see. Hang on, let me pull up my notes real quick, guys. Okay. Alright, and then let's see. After that, we started to hear these rumors of this dissatisfaction in the sector. So we had the Belters of Arkesh who were pushing back against the corporation there. And then hostilities on Astaltine that was kind of like bubbling under the surface, but it wasn't anything that we had to like confront at the time. We were able to move past it. We did successfully manage to sell some really crappy beer on some people who were unsuspecting. And then we picked up the aid workers who we were informed we would get paid to transport them. I don't think we've ever gotten paid for the transport, just because they ended up being declared traitors at some point. So after our one legitimate cargo job, we picked up these aid workers, moved to Raleigh, and got caught up in the Duke's crackdown on the planet as he was starting to consolidate his power source. And while we were able to get off, we ended up getting marked as like outlaws because we had to get the aid workers out of a slaver market. And we accidentally discovered that the Duke was involved with that as well. So he, what was it? Put the mark on us to discredit us from revealing that information. Let's see. We were approached by Yukon at this point, who was able to get us a pretty lucrative job, which is where we established contact with him. And it was at this point that we met the Space Vikings, who were in a pretty bad situation, actually. We originally were sent by Yukon to kill one of them, and decided not to do that. And after a tense few, I guess it was a couple of days of resolving internal conflict with their party, and they got their shit back and got their crew back together because they had split and had descended in fighting. We got a gun off of them, but we had to go out to like the Shady Belt area to actually get the work done. So while we were on the way there, hang on. Oh yeah, I forgot about the pigs. Oh, and I forgot about Bellamy's dramatic cutlass duel. How could I forget this? Okay. Oh yeah, and then on our way there, we ran into some Vargar terrorists that we had rebuffed an approach from on Walston way back. That didn't go well. We didn't actually get in a fight with them, I don't believe, but things were quite tense, and we never really succeeded in resolving that issue. We finally got our gun attached and got some basic software for running it. This, down on his luck, scout guy was able to locate an asteroid that had radioactives on it. Through a pretty harrowing adventure, we were able to go and get those radioactives, but the poor scout guy tragically died just before he got paid, which made all of our cuts go up. I'm sure we had nothing to do with this. And that's where my notes end. After that, we have been moving through the sector trying to get, mostly trying to stay out of the civil war that keeps rising up. The most recent thing we did is go to the water world and try to resolve the poaching claims, which we were able to verify were occurring, but before it ended up being moot because a civil war broke out over that same issue, and our evidence wasn't really necessary at that point, so we simply departed. And I believe that's the highlights of our past adventures. Let me know if I missed anything.
I love so far how it just sounds like everything's failed and you've been on the run.
That's kind of what happened. We have not made a profit. We don't really have like.
Well, you had Lucky Yo's find, so you found the radioactive. So, but otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, because we haven't really established a world where we're considered like, we have a good reputation. We're able to come there. We've got contacts. We don't have a profitable business venture.
We are the heroes of Walston.
Yeah, unless you like fish cakes. If you like fish,
what greater honor and prestige could there be?
Yes, among all 20,000 dog people on the desert world. Yeah, no, that was awesome. That was a great recap. And I'm going to take it there from there that to fill in a few things. You have been like trying to go from place to place to make a profit, and there are just problems. And every planet, Bellamy's like, I never want to come back to this planet. And then you go into the next planet. He's like, I never want to come back to this planet. And then like you go to the next one. And if it weren't for the asteroid, you would have actually you would have lost the ship eventually. Because eventually bounty hunters, I was already starting to make rolls. I don't know if you remember, but you guys were in debt, like 2 mortgage payments.
Yep.
And then we ran Belt Strike, which has a very generous payout. So you were able to sell all those radioactive claims on another planet. Well, anyways, on that planet, you follow up with Yukon, who has essentially sort of fled himself from everything that's going on. Elizabeth serves as a sort of staging ground of actual Imperial authority and Imperial military power, which has decidedly shown that it is very uninterested for some reason in District 268, the subsector you're in. And but he himself is kind of on the run by all these rogue elements and stuff, and sort of sounded weirdly morose when he paid out. You know, when you first became fugitives and he gave you your pay on rally. Well, he was found slowly dying on the surface. You weren't able to take him up. He didn't come up, but you could, you know, it'd be fair to say that if you had that Imperial agent on your ship, you wouldn't have been able to accomplish anything, and you would have been hunted down and killed yourself. So he stayed there, but he promised you that if you could find the AI in time and destroy it or stop it, and the weapon that it had unlocked by whatever faction intended to wield it, that he would give you an octant for salvage with an operable jump true drive and power plant. The ship still has intact components, and you would be able to claim the salvage, and you would be able to upgrade the lady. And that combines with something else you accomplished by completing the contract with Rockamundra, which is that he promised you legal representation in the Imperium and work Corward. So with a jump drive and a power plant and the hope that you can have a clean slate, you could get out of this dang place. And so you all decided to, all right, we're going to do it. We're going to try to find this AI. And you found it. You found it in the clutches of Vanpar Landleth, the person who originally sent you to find it. And he was trying to hawk it to the Reavers, to the insurgents. And now you have the AI. So the AI tells you, asked to be called Sarah, that she was used to sort of like decode and understand and unlock a doomsday weapon from a precursor race of aliens called the Ancients. And this doomsday weapon, this faction has it, and she has certain things she can do. First of all, she knows that it was going to be used on Iderati, which is the breadbasket of the subsector and this entire area going trailward. So both Iderati, District 268, and possibly other subsectors nearby. And it's sort of the garden world, the agriculture world that provides food for barren places like Bowman. And she estimates that eventually there will be billions of Sophons that will perish in the following years with this planet being destroyed. And apparently this doomsday weapon will crack that planet and destroy it. And she doesn't know who made her unlock this weapon, and she doesn't know the ship it's on, because it was deliberately sort of like removed from her memory. And but she herself is part of this ancient technology, and she can use your jump drive in ways that you can't understand. But the price to pay is that it will destroy the jump drive. So you can make one jump to within 500 or 0.5 kilometers, 500 meters, which in space is ridiculous. That means you're about to strike the thing. And you only have moments to act within 500 meters. And you decided to do it. And then her condition was that she would get to stay with the lady. Actually, the real condition is she gets to have the lady. Keep it. But maybe there's some discussion later about maybe being her crew and how that works out and what it looks like and everything. But so, any questions before we begin or anything anybody wants to add? Had this week in jump space.
I guess I can give like the immediate context of exactly what's happening now, because we took her up on her.
Oh, I'll redo that.
Probably...
Yeah, as far as like exiting jump space onward, I'll redo that part. But go ahead before exiting jump space. Yeah.
We said we were going to save Iderati. It probably would be a good idea. We killed Vampire Landleth and jacked his ride, so we have a second ship at our disposal right now, and that's the one we decided to let Sarah do her thing on. So that's the one whose jump drive is going to get fried while the lady is intact. So we are jumping straight to Iderati in Vampire Landleth's sports car, while we told Isabella and Velez to take the Lady of Mercia and just take it the long way around from Bowman to Iderati. We'll meet them up in a few weeks if we're still alive. So hypothetically, the lady is safe, and we're going into this last mission in a hot rod.
Yeah. Then you changed the transponder on his ship to be the Lucky Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, here we are. So, it has been a long week in jump. Is there anything that you all want to do in that week of being in jump?
I think I'd try to hold down a conversation with the AI.
Okay. What do you...
Well, there's no specific thing I want to know. It's more of... I guess you could say ingratiating myself.
You failed to do so, as usual. But it's not a total loss, because you as you try to talk to her, you find that while she seems pretty inured to any attempts at flattery or anything like that, she is really naive. Like she's able to calculate things that she shouldn't be able to do with the ship's computers. So you don't know what's in this case. And Marcello's not here. So and I don't even know if it would matter, but whatever makes this case work or makes her work, you've already seen that she's able to kind of directly connect remotely with the ship's computers.
Yeah.
But she's able to calculate things that your ship should not be able to do. But actually understanding things, she has these really naive, childlike questions. She doesn't seem to understand really basic things.
Books and Shipley, do you guys want to go to class this week, or do we want to call this our spring break?
I think we should go to class.
Okay.
I'll be that guy. Learning is fun.
I am going to ask Sarah to tutor us, see if there's anything. I was like, that thing you did with the jump drive, can you do that with my brain, just supercharge it one time?
What is it that you're studying?
I mean, we're all just trying to increase our education level. I'm going to be going from a 4 to a 5 if I complete my curriculum. So I guess I'm at 5th or 6th grade.
So the problem is that whenever you present concepts that I would actually argue that that's probably like initial post-secondary. You know, like your like remedial courses and community college and stuff like that. Um, and so, you know, we're talking algebra, uh, we're talking, you know, writing and all this kind of like really basic kind of stuff. Every time you notice this, especially whenever there's math concepts, that she keeps getting them wrong. Like really basic math concepts, like when you're like, okay, I have to understand the quadratic equation, and she'll be like, but
And we
that
get into like an hour.
and she'll say that equation is incorrect.
We get into like an hour-long argument about whether 1 is a prime number.
Exactly. Yep. And she presents all sorts of really complex and alternative models for things, and it proves to be incredibly useless for just being able to complete an algebra course.
I think it's we normally do 2 lessons per jump, and that's 100 credits. So hopefully this will all pay off.
She does offer to do it
We're
for
gonna
you
live, guys.
because she doesn't understand cheating. So she offers to cheat and just do it for you if you prefer.
Can you write my book report? And then you get this AI dribble.
Yeah, she doesn't seem too trustworthy right now. So I will do it my own.
You'll do it your way?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. What about Shipley?
I'll just study in the corner.
All right. So
I'm watching the entertainment value.
everybody's doing their schoolwork before death. What about Doc Ocean? You're kind of new to the
I'm
crew.
still helping them. I'm still helping them tutor them, aren't I?
Oh yeah, that's right. Now Doc
You're probably the
Ocean's
one that's
quite
actually
helpful.
arguing with the AI.
Yeah, like maybe it starts subtle, and then like Doc Ocean's like very well educated, and he's like, no, that's not right, and then yeah. She seems to have all sorts of things wrong about even like biology if you ask, and all kinds of stuff. All right. Lothak is also really nervous. And you hear her talking in her bunk one night to her mom and dad, who she saved back on Walston. And they're alive, you know, but she doesn't have them to talk to, so she just says that she hopes that she can make them proud.
That's sad. Should one of us go and talk to Lothak? And I mean, I'll do it. Just say, you know, how you doing? Checking in.
It startles her.
chance.
Hey, Books. I thought you were studying with the AI.
Yeah, I decided to take a little break. I, you know, can't help but overhear your conversation. Not trying to eavesdrop, but just wanted to give you an opportunity to discuss your feelings or anything you'd like to talk about. You know, I'm not good at this kind of thing, but I figured I'd, you know,
Her ears go back, you know, and she like hunches and she looks really embarrassed, and you know, but she says it's just on Walston when I was a driver, I didn't think about it when the volcano was happening. I just wanted to help mom and dad, and it didn't matter anymore. But this feels different. I am so far away from home. I'm so far away from home.
Yeah, you are. I mean, we all are, but we kind of have our own family here, and you're part of it now, and we'll get you back home at some point.
I think I'd like that. I think I'd like to go home after this.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk to the captain, talk to the rest of the crew, but you're not here, you're not being forced to stay here. So I don't see anybody
Ross.
having a problem with that.
Well, you
I
all
have a question.
have been like family to me, and I appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is Lothak like sending a message to her parents? Is that something that you can do?
I don't know what to
don't
call it, but if you've ever ever looked at a picture of your grandma and just talked to her because you just needed to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And she seems to feel a little better.
Good.
I like how you're promising her that she can go home afterwards. Like we're all gonna survive this.
Yeah, for 7 days, you're like, we're gonna survive this. You say it out loud all the time.
I'm just thinking now, like, I don't have anyone in the universe that I would talk to that isn't right here, and I don't like talking to you guys half the time anyway.
You say that
Get
in
a message
character.
out, I would probably yes. I would
Bellamy's
if I could
hanging
get a
out.
message out. Like if we survive this, I'm gonna send a message to that one server at the Starhaven Tavern at Startown Liberty to apologize for cold cocking it.
Books has like a full family, like 8 kids.
Yeah.
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 We're just now learning this. What?
He's like that guy from The Expanse. He's like, I just don't want to be around those 8 kids. Actually, I just left them. Just I'm out here now.
Like
I like space.
100% of books' paycheck goes right towards alimony every single
yeah.
pay period.
Child support.
Sorry, yes, no money.
Child support and alimony.
That's a whole other rash of bounty hunters we got to deal with.
That's why I'm doing this. Gotta pay the child support and
Secretly
alimony.
saving all of us.
All right. Well, a week passes.
Be right back.
All right. And
I have an idea. What's the name of that the lottery thing that we do when we have passengers?
yeah, the low lottery.
Thank you. I think we could do a high lottery. I want to place some bets how many of us are going to make it out of this alive.
Oh man. Lothak runs terrified out of the room and hates that. But yeah, you guys can bet on each other's lives if you want. You want to do that?
Oh yeah,
What do we?
definitely.
Oh, God.
Okay, let me write the names
We do
down.
it every session.
What happened
Really
last
making
week?
money off it.
You guys are all dark now. I missed 1 week, and this is what I come back to. Betting on our lives.
Life is a gamble.
Well, I know. Ross backtracked a little bit, but I know what we're about to see when we come out of jump space. So maybe that's affecting my my optimism about our chances here.
I
Okay.
think we're all gonna survive.
I'm
So
placing my bets on 4 out of the 5 of us main crew members. There will be
Are-
one.
Lothak's a goner, but everyone else.
Whoa! Okay.
So all right, each person keep track of your own bets, and then I'm going to mark just the totals for each. Okay, so starting with Doc Ocean. Like, does anyone think Doc Ocean's not going to make it? Tell me now.
Are we
Well,
doing it
no, no, no.
individually? That's so awful.
Actually, if you think he, if he is not going to make it, yeah. Everybody thinks he's going to make it? Okay, so that's 1,
No,
2.
I do not.
Okay, so that would be Shipley. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doc Ocean, do you think you're going to make it?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make it.
5 out of 6. 5 out of 6 on Doc Ocean. All right, so we got Lothak. Does anybody think Lothak's not going to make it?
I do.
I mean, she just had the little emotional moment, so she's definitely gonna die.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like when
She
somebody's
made
like,
plans for the
my
future.
last
like,
day.
it's over.
I'm retiring tomorrow. Nothing bad will
Boy,
happen.
after we love being alive.
So far, 4 out of 6
I-
on so far.
I'll just make
would
it
like
easy.
to
I think
contest
everybody's
this.
going to survive. I'm being optimistic.
Okay.
I think Lothak will definitely live because she can't die because I'll die for her. I will jump in the
Nice.
path of the bullet.
So we got 4 out of 6 on Lothak. Chapman. I got 5 votes. Who says Chapman's not going to make it? Because Doc Ocean says everybody's going to make it. Everybody thinks Chapman's going to make it. 6 out of 6. Okay. Books.
A lot to live up to. I think Books is gonna die. No offense, homie.
5 out of
Damn.
6 on Books. Okay.
Damn.
Shipley.
Well, if I bet that I'm gonna die and I do die, I won't get the money, so I'll bet I'm gonna live.
I'm back.
I've been voting for you, but right now we're voting whether or not we think Shipley will die.
Oh, is she going into carbon freeze?
Not exactly. No. Everybody had this
propose
great
that we hold
idea.
one of those lotteries, except just for us and the outcome of this battle.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're at Shipley. Anybody think Shipley's not going to make it? I got 6 votes. Okay, 6 out of 6.
6 out of 6 think she's not. Is that what's going on?
That she will make it. Yeah.
Oh.
So you got to tell me if you think somebody's not going to make it. So the last one I got is Captain Bellamy. How many people think Captain Bellamy's not going to make it?
I think he'll live despite us.
He'll be the last one standing.
Would you say, Books?
I don't think Bellamy's gonna make it. No
Right.
offense.
5
You're
out
the
of 6.
captain.
None taken.
He's an honorable man, and I feel like if one of us had to go, I feel like he would sacrifice.
Yeah, he did
himself.
that with the explosive. He ran out and rolled the explosive out so that you guys could. Yeah. So.
Yeah, exactly. He's that kind of
All right.
captain.
So you should keep. I had Bellamy vote for everybody, although I'm sure he probably wouldn't have because he's very ornery and it'd be funny. But just if you guys could keep track of your votes, and then we'll do a payout. If
I
anybody.
just want to say, I'm the only one, like, unambiguously, everyone's like, that guy's gonna make it.
Yeah, you'll definitely
get-
make it, right?
I'd like to vote against Chapman.
Okay.
I changed my mind.
You changed your mind. Okay. You can change your mind.
I'm taking
gonna
it
be
with
looking
me.
over my shoulder the whole mission
Yeah.
now.
If I go, I'm taking you with me.
All right. Here we are. So the 7th day comes, 168 hours. You for the last time you put on your vac suit. You get your helmet ready. You holster your sidearm and your rifles and weapons. Put your ammo onto your vac suit. Glove up, and you get to your duty stations. You sit down, and you get strapped in, and the lady begins to leave warp. But in this case, when she starts to do this, like the ship just starts feeling like it's going to tear itself apart, and then poof, and you can actually feel. It does feel as if something hit the ship, and you can feel that something was damaged. And let's see here. And immediately.
Just as a note, we're not in the lady, right?
Oh, sorry, not the lady. Yes, the Lucky Yo. Sorry, thank you. And immediately, as soon as you exit, you can feel the plating like shifting underneath you. And it feels like you're in turbulence, like the gravimetric plating. It feels like something is affecting that. And the screens and everything go kind of go nuts, and they start to flicker and malfunction and stuff. And at first, you see that there's like an overwhelming amount of information that the ship is taking, and then you can see that the ship finally kind of catches up. And there is a huge number of ships around you. And you all have only ever seen this volume of starships in space once in your life. And in addition to that, just as a 2D representation, Sure enough, it seems like the AI did not lie to you, and it looks like you are indeed about 500 meters away from a ship that you recognize, the Voden's Eye, a heavily modified, heavily retrofitted Sword World frigate, and it looks like it is decelerating over the planet's polar region, and then you're coming in, you're decelerating as well, and you have a few moments to act, like a matter of seconds. What do you all do?
So to be clear,
It says-
the Voden's Eye is the one that has the doomsday device, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You can also see, I'll note the kind of what you see on the readings, just at a glance. There are massive, well, these aren't massive, but these are Imperial cruisers. This is the Iderati home fleet. There are a very large number of Harriers, and a also very large number of what look like common free traders. And then there are a handful of Sword World battle cruisers. And then a whole bunch of Sword World fighters.
We got to try to board the Voden's Eye, right?
I was going to ask, how risky is it to just immediately try to board?
It'll be a pilot roll. So my question to that would be, where do you want to board?
We have a hangar bay? Or,
I mean, we don't have explosives. We'd have to blow a hole in the hull if we didn't want to board through one of the doors or try to blow it open.
I'll point out that to me in this situation, it's very unusual. Usually you're not 500 meters away from a ship, so blowing a hole in it is actually a real possibility for you right now. But then maneuvering the ship, coming to a stop while you're both decelerating over a planet in a matter of seconds, that's going to be a pilot roll.
Actually, then in that case, if we're 500 meters, we get a surprise shot on them. It's time to just blast like their engine. We need to try to do a called shot at close range on their reactor, and then like hit max accelerate and then take the shot. You know what I mean?
Okay. You can do that.
Thoughts
So,
about that?
yeah.
I know we have seconds. I assume everyone agrees.
Yeah, go for
I'm
it.
okay with that.
all right.
Yeah.
Who's the Doc Ocean's the gunner? Doc.
I am not the gunner.
That's Shipley.
I'm the
We
gunner.
decided this last time. Yeah.
He's banned from the guns. His Hippocratic oath.
All right. You come in. You decelerate and flip the other way behind the Voden's Eye, and come in as it's coming in and slowing down over the polar region. Get behind its engine, and that is. I'm going to kind of take these in micro turns. I'm going to say this is like 6 seconds or so, and you do that really fast. Shipley, roll to hit. You have to hit on a 6. You're right there, so a 6.
Okay.
6. All right. Roll for the hit location on 2d6. I'm sorry, no, you hit the engines.
Okay.
Let's see here. I did not have this. The engines, it'll have a specific effect. If you hit the engines, movement, ordnance launch, gravity, protection, damage. Here we go. So it's hitting the drive and power plant. Each hit on a power plant reduces its letter classification. So that's a bit unfortunate. So what happens is you hit the engines, but you manage to take out one kind of vent for its fusion, for one fusion plant. This thing is souped up, and it's decelerating anyways. So it's still managing to decelerate, though less quickly. but you don't take out its engines entirely. You think you'd have to hit it a few more times to be able to take out all of its engines and have it crash into the planet, which is probably the outcome if its engines go out. Meanwhile, there is a battle going on around you, and part of it has taken notice of you. And you can see moving kind of back and forth here. You get a lock-on warning. Now you're really close, so it's probably a Sword World fighter, and they have a fighter screen. So it's actually farther away from the Voden's Eye. So you can try to avoid it. So you are like right here next to the Voden's Eye. So
Pilot roll?
a pilot roll, yes. Unless, yeah. Oh dear. It hits you.
Terrible.
All right. Roll 2d6 to determine hit location. You got 7. It hits the hull of the Lucky O, and there's an explosive decompression. Any nearby objects go flying off and into the hull. The whole thing just and you're left into hard vacuum. You do your procedure where you get your helmet on, and you are now in hard vacuum and running on limited oxygen, unless it can be patched.
Lothak! Get on it!
Is there anybody we could like barter with? Like, could we give the AI to somebody in exchange for our lives?
You want to give up? You could probably give up.
No, I'm just asking if that's an option. I am not making it.
I mean, you could surrender. Yeah, I mean, that's an option.
I mean, if it's that or death.
You still you're still flying. The ship is still working.
And we have thrust 2, by the way.
Yeah, and now you're matching V. So to answer that question, yes, you could probably blow a hole into the hull and try to land on it. If you're trying to land on it, I would ask you to pick where you want to try to land, like what subsystem or section of the ship, and then the roll will determine how successful you are, like as a pilot being able to get onto a certain part.
Maybe Sarah would know this, maybe we would just know this. If they have this super weapon, do we have an idea what part of the ship that would be located, I guess?
She says, if you're able to, if you can, and like it's loud and it's hard to even hear Sarah and it's kind of echoey, and she's like, if you're able to survive for a few moments, I can take over the ship's scanners and try to locate the weapon. That'll take another micro round, and you can already hear lock-ons coming on from fighters as they lock onto you.
We need to get... Don't we have an auto... What programs does this ship have?
You could say the same ones, like, because I know you had auto... all that stuff, yeah. But, and more importantly, what's your intention? What are you thinking? And let's keep moving. Yeah, you only have like seconds to act here.
Sorry, what's happening?
Yeah, like, or what do you want to do? What's the plan?
Well, we have to stay alive. The plan right now is stay alive, like the computer said. So to stay alive, I guess we should target one of these fighters or something. Or no, go with Chapman's idea, or was it Book's?
Captain, I move that we just try to board the ship, wherever is closest, and get inside.
Yeah, because they won't fire on their own ship, most likely.
All right. Well, where are you aiming for?
Whatever part of the ship that we're closest to, I guess.
That would be the drive section.
So we're just going to ram the ship into the drive section? Is that the idea?
I assume use the sandcaster and crack open part of the hull and then try to get the ship connected to it.
Wow. All right. Adventure. Excitement.
Okay.
I crave these things suddenly.
This pilot roll will determine the degree of success on that. Nice.
Working out great, everybody.
So, Shipley, you turn the sandcaster, and then you can see it like cracks open that part, and like a couple of sword whirlers come flying out. One of them hits the front cockpit of the ship and goes bouncing off, and then you like slam the ship down, and you do it so perfectly, Bellamy, that the ship landing gear has actually lodged into the opening, and you can actually just open up the bay as if you're going to unload some cargo.
Classic.
Right. I think
What
Lothak
were you
stays
worried
here and
about?
tries repairing, patching that hole, and then the rest of us, I guess we're a little strike team and we're about to do a dungeon crawl in the boat inside.
You said you're going to leave Lothak to manage the ship?
Patch the hole.
Try to patch the...
Ah, okay, yeah. So she does that. She's like, the first place I'm gonna go, she says this on comms, I'm gonna get to the gun. I'll get it patched as soon as I can. And she does that. Managed to make it directly in this place. You can change the order that you come in, so this isn't like, because it's up to you. 2 of these people are dead. Oh, I can't see
I'm
it.
still only looking at the space battle.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't moved it yet. Here we go. And then you come in, you're the aggressor, so you can act first, but I'll describe what you can see here. There are the fusion plants, of which there are like 4 big fusion drives for this thing. There is a doorway, like a mechanical access way that leads to the left and right. Some door straight ahead. You've got some dead bodies floating around, and then 2 space Vikings that have like managed to anchor themselves, and they have, got, from their vac suit, they've got their vac suit on, they've got their weapons out, and they're turning weapons to fire at you.
Blast them!
Okay.
Blast.
Any?
I will blast. I will say blast them as I try to do a cock step leap with my cutlass drawn towards the closest one to me.
Everyone is firing pistols, shotguns, and rifles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what'd you say you have, Doc Ocean?
A rifle.
Okay, they have got laser rifles. So, all right, anyone attacking can roll to hit. And yes, you can also move on your turn. So, and after you attack, you can ask if there's like cover or objects, or you can ask about the area.
Yes!
I rolled a
Got
7.
a really good roll.
However,
I rolled a 12. Holy shit.
12. You can roll for
Same,
damage, Doc.
same.
Which one?
Hold on.
Chapman as well?
Hold on now.
Oh, wait,
I'm
you wanna-
rolling with a cutlass. I'm at... What's the
Fair
defender
enough.
got on?
He's got ablative armor because he's prepared for space combat, zero-G combat.
Oh, I'm black. Okay, so it's a -2.
With a
And, yeah, but then it's a +2 because of short range. And
you have a bonus because you're good
a
with a
bonus
cutlass.
because of my strength, actually. So I'm at a +1 overall, I think, with that, which makes it an 8.
All right, let's see. Wait, a +1, that would make it a 7, right?
No, I got a 6 now.
Okay, yeah, all right, let's do it.
Sorry, 7. I rolled a 7 already.
Oh, that hits, right?
And
Because
it-
you got a plus
and-
1.
Yeah, overall.
Yeah.
All right, so
Oh yeah, you take him out. 14 is not even. We don't need to see. We don't need to worry about that. All right. So
I
you.
attack the space Viking over here.
All right. Roll for damage.
And that's 3d6, right?
For a rifle, I think so. Yeah.
I thought it was 4d6.
Oof.
For the rifle.
For an auto rifle, it's 3d6.
Oh, okay.
I think he's got a rifle. You said right.
Yeah.
That's 3d6. But anyways, oof, 6. Okay, and then Chapman also hit.
Yeah, I did the same one, and I got a total of 10 damage.
Okay, so 16 total. You will knock him out and crack open his vac suit. He goes bleeding and flying off, kind of spiraling in 0G, and then his dummy cord goes taut, and he just kind of floats in space. And this guy, you just slice. I don't know. You describe what you do to him. I don't know. Bellamy, what did you do to this guy?
Oh, I slice his arm off, the one that was holding a gun.
Oh yeah, so yeah, it keeps him from shooting. You slice his arm off. You can hear the faint, tinny echo of a scream from beneath a vac suit helm, and then he just goes unconscious from the blood loss and the trauma, and he also just kind of floats.
It's a tough life.
Shipley,
I got a 6. Does that hit?
a 6 does. Although they're all dead.
Okay.
And
Super dead.
I don't think it hits though. I don't think so.
One of them's dead twice.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, what do you guys do from here?
We
The
should ask
computer.
the AI
what-
where we should
Yeah. We
You-
remain in audio contact with the computer, perhaps? Or do we have to carry it with us, maybe?
I could let you decide. It's got a flight case. Is somebody going to encumber themselves with a flight case?
I'd rather
and-
not. But I
I'll
don't know.
take the case. I'll take the case.
Okay. You will have to not move to shoot, or you'll have to move and have the flight case. So those are. But
I'll
in the,
take care of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take care of the flight
And
case.
we have Sarah do her scanning the ship for the location of the super weapon from here, or is that not possible when she's in the briefcase?
No, she can do it, and she can the things that she's able to do are unusual and not reasonable. What she's able to do, she can seemingly remotely interface with starships and stuff. So she's able to determine pretty quickly. She says they're about to drop the weapon over the polar region of the planet in 5 minutes. The activation for the weapon is on the bridge. The weapon itself is located in a bay. It's a retrofitted cargo bay that will use a gravity drop and propel the weapon toward the planet with chemical rockets.
What if we just drop it from the bay?
If the weapon leaves the ship, it'll activate. Meaning like if it's dropped from the bay, it's going to activate.
Could Sarah hack other ships? Is
Um,
that possible?
What's your intention?
If
she might be able to
she
do
could
something.
hack the other ships, and we could use their weapon systems for us as a bargaining tool. We could surround the ship with all the other ships with their weapons drawn.
This far away? No.
No, okay. But if we were
Can
close,
she hack into the doors that are in the bay and keep them from opening?
She says yes.
Do that.
Okay.
So what are we thinking? We're going to go to the weapon rather than the bridge, maybe?
Well,
Well,
it would
if
probably
she's
be
hacking-
easier.
If she's hacking the doors, we should probably go to the bridge, right, and take out the leader
Oh,
and keep them
wait.
from overriding it.
How about we
Let
Can
the
she s-
party.
Can she spoof? No, not at all. Can she spoof the security system and get some security guys behind a door that we can lock? So
Oh,
we
yeah.
can have an easier time of it on the way to the bridge, maybe.
I feel like we could use this to our advantage quite a bit if we're smart about it.
yes. So for that, I will leave that up to a roll on behalf of said Space Vikings to see if they're dumb enough to follow a false security signal.
I understand now what you were getting at, Doc Ocean, that she could remotely hold the doors for that would normally drop the bomb, and then we just get to the bridge.
Yes.
Oh, you mean to the bay door? Yeah, it will hold the thing on the ship. So if you don't stop it in time, it'll be the ship that goes, and it'll go in low orbit. So it may have an effect, like a catastrophic effect, but it won't destroy the planet.
Okay. That improvement. The planet will be intact, but all the food grown there for the rest of eternity will be hyper radioactive.
And Lothak also calls you, and she says, "We've only got a few minutes. They're starting to land around the Lucky Yo. They're coming my way." And you can hear gunfire as she's like swiveling the turret around.
Oh my god. All right. To the bridge.
All right, let's see here, and I'm going to come back to you all in engineering. Which door do you choose?
Oh no.
Center.
Okay.
I vote for center. Yeah.
You come to this door, and you can see that there are two doors here. It's weird that they're not shown, but there's a door here, and then what are clearly elevators.
Would we be familiar with this kind of ship? Yes, you said it's heavily modified, but
You have never been
When
on
we
a
were on
sword
the
roll ship,
outside,
but you
when
have.
we were on the
asked
outside,
Sarah.
did we see a bridge area?
Yeah, the bridge is definitely in the front of the ship, and you're in the rear.
Okay,
We asked-
was it like up, was it like, I don't know how to say up. 'cause
was
it's
it
not really
above?
elevated.
Was it in the mid? Was it like hanging
Yeah.
Up
low?
above, that's right, like a cockpit up at the top and the nose. Yeah.
Alright, then I vote the elevator.
Yeah.
Could we ask Sarah for like the schematics of the ship? Any information about the ship that she can provide?
They are trying to lock me out of the security systems currently. It'll take me a few moments. You think you'll lose 2 of 6 remaining minutes.
We can move while she's doing it, can't we?
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's move up the elevators while she's doing it.
which elevator?
Left. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
No hesitation. No dilly-dallying.
Okay, let's see here. Yeah, this is right. Okay. Excellent news. And it also
bridge.
it pressurizes, so you can, at least open your helmet so you can breathe and you can replenish your oxygen on your vac suit. But yeah, this elevator opens to the bridge, and on the bridge are only 4 remaining Space Vikings, 2 of which you recognize. One is
Challenge him to a duel immediately.
Yep. That's what I immediately do.
one of them is Magni, who is at a panel, and another Space Viking is at the same panel, and they're like fussing over it. The other one is obviously feverishly trying to regain control of the security system, and then the other one is Bjorgulfsson, who turns around, and you see Magni and Bjorgulson in a. So they have a vac suit underneath, but then finery, like and I don't know how to describe it. What would you call it? Like epaulets and things, and then they have like a it's a dress uniform, and they look quite different than the last time you saw them. They look very well dressed, like noble men from Graham.
I'm gonna shoot Bjorgulson.
We're doing the duel. We got to do the duel. We don't want to have this be a
You
fight.
could do it. I'm gonna leave it up for a vote, because there can also be
Well,
the Shipley
it's
just
perfectly
pulls a gun
fine
and
with
shoots him in the head.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine with me if I challenge him to a duel and then she shoots him. That's also fine
Yeah.
with me.
Okay,
I
so
like that idea. Yeah.
so
It is
let's
what it is.
okay, we already got 3 votes for that. So let's parse a couple of those things out. So let me give you the mechanics and your chances of doing it first. He doesn't just pull a gun right away, although they have weapons out. Okay, so you'll enter just regular combat. You'll be the aggressors, but he doesn't just start shooting. In order for Shipley to just like pull a gun and like shoot really fast, you have to do it at -4. Someone look in the book and back check me on that. But it's the rule where you pull a weapon from a holster and shoot. There's quick draw weapons.
Wouldn't I have weapon out already since I just shot someone and we're moving through a hostile ship?
Yes, but this would be in addition to the attacker phase, like, you just hit him, and then on top of that there will be an attacker phase. So this is like, I won't even do
like
a surprise
extra
roll.
shot?
This is
Okay.
what I'm hearing you say is you're just going to like come in and just shoot him in the head. So
Yes.
this is separate from the rest of the combat procedure. If you
Okay,
succeed.
I get it now.
Don't roll it yet, though. Meanwhile, Bellamy. Okay, so Borgelson turns around and he sees you all, and he just kind of like frowns out of the side of his mouth, and he says, "How very un-imperial of you. This doesn't seem very profitable."
I guess we have different ideas of profit, my friend. Draw your sword.
He looks at everybody else and frowns deeper, realizing like he has to draw his sword, and he does it. He draws his sword, and he's like, "It doesn't matter. This ship will accomplish its mission. The fulcrum that holds up this delicate sector will fall, and these worlds will belong to the Sword Worlds." He draws his blade.
Yeah, okay, leap to the attack.
The rest of them draw their blades out too, and they turn around. Okay.
Come on, that's not honorable. This is a
Blast
one-on-one
him.
thing.
I mean, like for everybody
Yeah.
else, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, Shipley, if you want to just like shoot him in the head, you can roll at a -4 to hit, but this will just automatically hit him if you succeed. Okay, so you.
Oh, I have a -1.
All right. Somebody like tackles you, and it keeps you from hitting him, and you're in a desperate struggle with one of the space Vikings. Now we'll enter the combat phase. You all are the attackers, so you can still attack, or you can move, except for Doc Ocean. Doc Ocean, you'll either have to put the flight case down, or you'll have to stay where you are and shoot, or you'll have to keep the flight case and move. But everybody else can shoot and declare what they want to do. And if you're shooting somebody, tell me the target. It's against cloth
Ross.
armor.
I hit
Before shooting happens,
this guy.
net throwing to make that shooting a little easier.
Okay, who are you going to throw that on?
Can I get both of these guys because they're close, or should I choose one?
You'll have to pick one.
All right, then I'm gonna do this guy. Is that Borva? Did you say?
Yeah, that's Lord. Actually, I have the wrong one. It's Magni. Lord Magni.
Magni, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna try to throw the net on Magni to make it easier to shoot him.
Okay, you do that. Books, do you want to shoot him? I won't do any math. You'll hit him if you do that.
Yeah, I rolled a 10. I do want to shoot him.
Okay, roll for damage.
With an assault rifle, is that 3d6?
Yeah, and there's also a rule where you can like do burst fire or something. I don't remember how that works in this game, but it is 3d6 otherwise, or 46 actually.
Is it 4?
So
3d6.
3d6. Okay. I got
I
7.
rolled it.
Okay, 7 damage. It hurts him.
I rolled a 10. It's -4 for cloth, +2 for advantageous strength, +2 for range. So that makes it an 8 overall. No, does that bring it back to a 10? Yeah, because it's -4 +4.
Yep. You hit.
So,
Roll for damage.
yes, sir. Love to get my tabs in order here. Here we go. Dang it.
Oh no. So just abstracting it, he barely parries the blow off of his face and steps out of the way. It slams against the deck and sparks fly up into the air, and he draws his blade back on you to try to. I'm going to resolve his attack.
No,
Actually,
I did 6 damage to him.
Yes, I know. Yes.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Yeah. And meanwhile, though, before I do that, actually, Shipley and Doc Ocean, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna shoot the guy in front of me. 9. Why am I rolling a Stock Ocean? Oh, I clicked on him. Okay. Yeah, I got a 9.
Okay. You got a 9. Let's see. What weapon are you using?
My rifle.
Your rifle. Okay. Let's see. Rifle does against cloth -3 is a 6. But you're at close range, right? Which is another 2, which is 8.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Okay, yeah, roll for damage.
Okay.
Or is it a negative effect against range? Short range +1, so it does not hit. All right.
But do you have a dex bonus or something to your
yeah.
rifle?
Yeah, what's your dexterity? Yeah, if you have a bonus.
Give me a second. My dex bonus is 0.
Oh, but your dex. Oh well.
Oh, automatic rifle skill was 1.
Okay.
Yeah, but okay? So your dex is
Yeah.
not 10. Okay.
You
Yeah,
have to be
my
10
dex
or
is
more.
8.
But
Yeah.
There's -3. Yeah, so it does miss just barely by 1. Okay, so probably that's what happens is you try to shoot, you try to turn and shoot again. He's on you, and he's got a cutlass out, and he's just like knocking your rifle out of the way and trying to bring the cutlass down on you. Doc Ocean, what do you do?
I'm gonna shoot a jaw.
Okay. So it starts at a -3 with a rifle, and a 5 -3 is 2 at medium range. So it misses. Okay. And then starting right at the top of the round with Jarl Bjorgolfsson. A 9 minus cloth, which is minus
4.
-4 against cloth.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 5, and then at short range with a cutlass.
I'm sorry, no. No, it's -3. My bad. -3.
Okay, so 9 minus 3 is 6. That's close range. That makes sense. Why is it -4? Oh, no, that's a good thing, right?
Hold on.
Because it's against cloth. No, it's a bad thing. So it's at -7
bad.
total. Okay, so he misses you in the second attack, and he is down on his endurance.
So we have to make sure we know
-6-1.
what Traveler calls close range. In classic Traveler.
I would definitely.
It's-
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, just based on looking at these bonuses, and it tracks with what I remember from some of the additions. Close range is like a fight in an elevator. You know, like real close range.
It's more.
I
It's
see.
more
Knife
than
fight.
adjacent. You're like in
Yeah.
the same space.
I see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I see what you mean.
whereas a cutlass is seems to be meant to be used at short range,
All right.
which is the range I'm assuming that we're at.
All right. These guys.
So
this guy's
That
gonna
would be a hit.
dive behind cover. It would hit. No, because
Okay,
short range still with a cutlass is
+2.
So that's still not enough.
All right.
Okay, so this guy dives behind a computer to start shooting. What am I talking about? No, they don't. They rush forward to attack you.
Vikings.
Yeah, and they're gonna try. So this guy's gonna try to attack Books hand-to-hand combat with a sword, misses, and this guy's gonna try to attack Chapman, misses, and then this guy's gonna try to attack Shipley.
Hey, that guy should have a net on him.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he's got a net. He couldn't move, so he's gonna lose his round. I'll take that miss. Don't let me forget. I won't rob you of that. So he tries to. Anyways, yeah, he misses. Okay. Meanwhile, Shipley a 10. So I got to figure this out. 10. Close range. +2 is 12. It's cloth. -3. That hits.
Okay.
Does 3 damage. 4 + 3 is 7 against your endurance. You still up?
Okay, my endurance is an 8, so yes, I'm up.
All right. Cool. All right.
I got
Top
money
of,
riding out this. Don't you go down.
top of the round. What do you guys do?
Press the attack.
Okay.
Stop the.
Yeah. By
Yeah,
the
press
way,
the
you
attack.
also only have 2 minutes left to stop the device.
Ah!
I rolled a 6, and does that hit?
I missed badly.
Can Doc Ocean, like, while we're holding them off, can Doc Ocean move forward and try to, like, disable the device?
Yeah.
Because it looks like we've engaged everyone, like, everyone here.
And I would like to assist Bellamy before you try doing that attack. I have a way to make it easier on you.
I'd be willing to bet if you brought that AI close to where she needed to be to control stuff, it'd work out well.
Okay. Yeah, I moved to the console that is controlling the weapon.
All right. This blade flashes down next to you as Shipley's in a life or death struggle, and you can hear, see Shipley's blood splash against the walls. Her vac suit's opened, and she struggles life or death. And Bellamy and Bjorgulfsson are fighting blade to blade as you dash past, and you make it to a control panel. I'm gonna see what Doc Ocean does first. Go ahead, Doc Ocean.
I set the case onto the table and have Sarah hack into the weapon and try to disarm it.
She comes back and she says, "Unfortunately, I will no longer be able to block the bay. It will take approximately 1 minute in order to access the weapon control system."
Do it.
All right. She's like, "I cannot be interrupted during this time, Dr. Ocean."
Let that get out of there.
You can actually hear screams as Lothak is surprised and you hear gunfire.
I put myself in between everybody and the case. I moved to where I'm blocking the case from anything.
Okay. All right. Back to Chapman. You look. What do you want to do?
Yeah, so I was wondering if, because before you said when I put the net on, it made it just like super easy to shoot that guy.
Yeah, you could do
I
that.
still have my fire extinguisher from last time. Could I do the same thing with Bjorgulfsson, where I just blast him with that, and it should make it way easier for Bellamy to just stab him?
You want to run up with a fire extinguisher and like spray his face with halon so that it's an unfair
Absolutely,
fight?
yes.
Why does it need to be fair?
And I don't have to be careful about aiming. I can just get in there and
You just get
blast
in,
away.
spray halon in his face. Okay, you have a +4 to hit, Bellamy. Okay,
Nine.
That easily hits. You can roll for damage.
Nice knowing you, pal.
Yeah,
Here's your Imperial right here.
yeah. He says that. He's like, that was very Imperial, scum. What do you do? Just slice his throat or something?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, just move
Okay.
on.
You end Jarl Bjorgulfsson.
Give him an honorable death here. Prolong it.
Yeah, we'll see you in Valhalla. I mean, Bellamy will. I won't.
All right. Books. What do you do?
I rolled a 6.
Ah, okay, right. And that was to shoot this guy.
Yeah.
That does not hit. Shipley, what do you do?
I'm gonna shoot the guy in front of me.
All right.
Yeah, well, this goes. Okay. 8.
+1, I know from your bonus is a 9. Plus you're close. Okay, that's gonna be. And you have a automatic rifle or a rifle?
Rifle.
Okay, rifle. Minus cloth. Rifle is 3 is 7. This is by 1.
Oh, okay.
All right. He is going to, let's see, back on their turn. They have 1 turn. They see that this stuff is going on. Lord Sophron is going to attempt to get out of his net and dive for the computer to knock it out and allow the thing to launch. So the first thing he's going to do is attempt to take his action to get the net off. He's got to roll an 8. He fails. He is still restrained. He yells at his comrade, "Get that off the launch system!"
Chop him.
And I'm going to allow Shipley. Do you have melee weapons?
Yes. Let me double check and see what I've got. Inventory.
Anything is a melee weapon if you swing it hard enough.
I know, right? I can just whack him with my rifle. Probably faster than switching weapons.
Well, I will let you make an attack to make up for the fact that he dives for this thing. He's going to make an action, but before you can do that, you can make an attack with your rifle to hit him at close range or short range. Dang it! Okay, that is going to miss. All right. He is going to try to get past Doc Ocean. This is going to be a grappling attack check. That is his action. So let's see. Where's grappling? I don't know. Until or escape. Oh, it's on here. What is grappling? Nobody has it? Dang it.
I'm sorry.
I will just make a call on it instead of looking it up. Grapple. Oh, grapple. Seems pretty important though, so maybe maybe I should figure it out.
Yeah, I'm looking at I'm looking at combat procedure ranges.
This is before grappling was invented by AD&D.
It's in the 1975 issue of the Strategic Review, which predated this by 2 years.
The gamers first invented the idea of wrestling.
And I'm sure that like surely, I guess it was before that probably, right? Okay.
Spear, broadsword, combat equipment.
I think that it's gonna. Do you have any melee weapons, Doc Ocean?
No, I just have my rifle.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna leave it down to a trying to outroll the person.
What about the case with the computer in it?
Oh, you mean you're gonna use it as a melee weapon?
I'm just asking.
Doesn't it have to be undisturbed? Or
I'm
can
not
you
the
whack
one
it
with the
it?
computer. It's Doc Ocean. This choice, but yeah, I don't know why it has to be disturbed just to whack somebody.
Yeah, but basically, Doc Ocean, you have got to stop this guy. That's what it comes down to. How would you do it?
Okay. I would take the butt of my rifle and try to hit him.
All right. Let's see who wins.
2d6.
Yep. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
You rolled a 6. He rolled a 2. You crack him with the butt of the rifle. It stuns him.
Oh, I thought I rolled the 2. Sweet. Okay. Cool. I thought I rolled that.
We almost
My
ended a
God.
planet there. Now this guy's going to have it a lot harder, but it's still possible. Books, you have a chance to attack this guy, and 2 other people do as well. Oof, he makes it past. And then lastly, there's
Bellamy,
Chapman and Bellamy, yeah, and it can also be something else if you have any ideas.
I'm fire extinguishing that guy.
You could do that. That's the end of your fire extinguisher.
Okay, that's more than fair.
and a good end.
He's still alive. So the last thing is, and like she says, I have aborted the activation of the weapon. It is now inert. And this guy comes up swinging at Chapman. That's going to be the result of that. And he's going to be the attacker. But he misses. Chapman, you can attack back. Anybody else can attack. He is going to fight to the death.
Okay, well,
Okay.
I'll help shoot him. I'll
Yo.
just dogpile this guy.
Again? Really?
Oh,
Now with
you
that
might take someone
7,
out.
with that 7, I'm pretty sure I get a hit.
Oh, really? Is your
Well,
head-
he's got cloth. Well, okay, wait. He's got cloth,
Yeah.
right? Okay, that's -3. So that brings it down to a 4, and then I get a +2 from range,
6.
and another +2 from strength.
Yeah, that hits.
Whack 'em.
All right, that is enough to knock him out. You hamstring him with your blade, and you now have control of the bridge of the Vodenseye.
And I'm gonna use my action and just finish off Lord Sofrin here while he's struggling.
I'm gonna turn to Chapman and say, "Hey, get on the comms and make it sound good."
Yeah,
Fine.
Sofrin looks up to you, Chapman. He's like, "None of you ever were willing to do what was necessary."
Fire extinguisher says otherwise.
This cave his nose
I'm
in.
like bleeding out in the wall.
I shoot the guy that's on the floor,
Okay.
and then go and attend to Shipley, who is on death's door.
Okay. Yeah. Um,
Captain, are we talking to our crew, or are we surrendering ourselves to some other vessel here in this battle, or what?
You're gonna. Ooh.
Or are we
you'd
calling
work.
off all the space Vikings? Because
I
there's a
thought-
fleet of space
Yeah,
Vikings.
I thought you'd work a little bit of that space Viking magic, my friend.
All right. Let's give this our best shot.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, Sarah, she's like the weapon is now inert. It is deactivated, and she's disconnected from the console. What's the plan? They are about to overrun Lothak, and they're currently on other parts of the ship. And yeah.
Yeah, okay, gonna get on the comms and we're gonna open up whatever like the frequencies are to hail every single other space Viking ship that is in the battle right now. Gotta figure out what the right angle here is for this. And I'm gonna tell them all that their leader, Jarl Bjorgufsson, has fallen in honorable combat, according to the customs of that dictate such things. And that their new leader right now is Captain Klaus Bellamy,
Oh, is this kind of like you keep what you kill from Riddick? Is that how that works?
Well, yeah, sure.
I
He's
hope so.
proven himself, like he's proven his strength, right? And this is a might makes right kind of culture. And he has said that it's time that we suspend Ragnarok until a more appropriate time, and we're going to hold this planet hostage instead.
This is going to be a hard sell. So I'm going to say that you have to roll under your social, but I'm going to give you a +2 penalty. It's not impossible, I don't think, but it's going to be hard. That is going to be hard.
Remind them this is the same man who bested. Oh well, never mind.
Still is like, don't forget my exploits.
You say that in character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's time for us to hold this planet hostage. There's a lot more strength that can be gained by the threat of violence than by, ending things once and for all. Why let the battle end, Okay, I got a total of 9, you said, +2 is a penalty, so that's 11, and I got a social of 7, so I didn't care.
You hit, suddenly a lot of comms come in, and they're like, and they're in Old Norse, and you can see on the panels that ships so this is a frigate. I'm going to go back here. It's a little meta, but this is kind of what's happening outside. You can infer this from from your ship's radar here. There's a sort of broken arrow kind of thing that happens. And this is just a frigate, although obviously it was the main effort. It was intended to do this thing. These cruisers...
Back to the ship.
Now, why don't we take this ship?
Does it have thrust 2?
I think we might have just drawn a lot of fire towards the Voden's eyes, so yeah, maybe it's best to just leave it dead in the water and let them blow it up.
These battle cruisers begin to turn and orient their weapons on the Voden's eye, seeing that it's compromised.
Like I said, back to the ship.
Why can't we take this ship?
All right.
So you can take this ship. Let me...
Well, we blasted its engines, remember?
It still has engines, and they're still operating. The jump drive's still operating. Here are the kind of complications you're facing. First of all, you got to switch the software, which is going to take a round. No big deal. You can survive for 6 minutes under a barrage of battle cruisers. Second thing is, in 6 minutes, you can also make it back to the hole in the hull. So there's that. But a couple of things. First of all, the crew is still on this ship. You just diverted them. So if you were successful at jumping, you would jump somewhere and then have this army of space Vikings and assorted others on this ship to deal with. I will also make it clear, if you make it back to the Lucky Yo, probably you could dive toward the planet. So that's an option. Like, you could just dive and deorbit as fast as possible. That's because you're in low orbit. So, but as far as making it to the Lucky Yo, you also don't know what's between you and the Lucky Yo right now. So those are some things going on. But yeah, you could try to take this ship.
So we deactivated the weapon. Did that also disarm it? Was that permanent, or is it a matter of just whoever gets to the bridge next?
Sarah tells you the weapon is inert. Without my programming or one like me, the weapon cannot be used.
Mission accomplished. Now it's just a matter of survival. I say, like the captain said, fight our way back to our own ship. Before we do that, can we set this Voden's Eye on a trajectory anywhere?
Yeah, sure.
Ramming speed.
Oh, you're gonna set it against a sword world ship?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
They want Valhalla. Let's give it to them.
Okay. Well, maybe, yeah. All right. So making it back to the ship. Are you just you're gonna get your helmet on and run through? Is that the plan?
Can we try to redirect them again by using Sarah?
Do we have to go through vacuum?
Yeah, because the place where the ship's connected is in hard vacuum.
Okay, well, I can't do that. My vac suit is breached.
This is true.
Grab one of these guys. You can. There's no vacuum in here. Well, that's going to take time, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, how is it breached? How's it breached?
I got hit with a cutlass.
Bellamy,
Yeah, I know.
Bellamy comes
I have
up and... Oh, go ahead.
I have vac suit too.
I think, so this is all, you only have, before these vessels fire on you, you've got possibly 6 minutes, maybe 8. So you've got enough time just to dash to the Lucky Yo and hopefully get out, assuming you're not interrupted. This is bad. So anyone with vac suit, so Doc Ocean, you'd have to roll an 8. You can make the check.
Okay.
This is
Here
to
we go.
patch her vac suit. You make it. You're able to find some materials nearby, stuff off the wall. You latch it to her, and then you seal it down. And you're like, I know this is going to seal. She's uncomfortable because this is right on her wound. She's got 1 endurance, and she's got this big thing hanging off of her. But she is not going to be exposed to hard vacuum now.
To the ship.
While he's doing that, I recover my net and I say, let's just fight our way back the way we came.
Yeah, we don't get lost.
Okay, let me see how they do as far as getting back to you. They rolled a 12. So
shit.
you've got a little bit of a situation.
Does anybody have any explosives on them?
I do not.
Where you wanted them the whole campaign, but they're so damn expensive.
Could the computer, could the computer make anything explode?
Yeah,
On
so
the
you,
way to us?
so you get back, and sure enough, like, just before these laser beams are gonna hit the Voden's eye, there's just like space Vikings that have filled up this space. They're gonna try to stop you, you know, and they are also in the process of trying to apprehend or kill Lothak, so some of them are already on the ship, on the Lucky Yo. Yeah, what do you do?
Net.
Okay, Net.
Yeah, I'll go to the front, throw it on this very first guy, and then try to get behind the doorway for cover if I can.
Books, what were you saying about the computer?
I was asking if there's any way that we could use the computer to cause an explosion or drop the air or something in the room where they are. I mean, I know Lothak's there too, but like, if there's anything we could do to use it to our advantage.
Oh, you were also in hard vacuum already. So, she says, I could overload one of the fusion drives. It would disable the ship, and it would almost certainly kill all of the space Vikings inside. However, it would possibly damage the Lucky Yo, and it would also open a breach between us and the Lucky Yo, resulting in a potential spacewalk in order to reach the Lucky Yo, which will detach from the ship.
Do it.
Oh. You say do it, Bill? Yeah, I say do it.
Oh, we're gonna do it. Okay. Boom! Like there's this huge explosion as she like overloads one of the fusion drives, and just as that happens, the gravimetrics of the ship give way anyways, and a whole portion of the ship, just like the back end of the ship, gives way. Meanwhile, I want to kind of describe what's going on out here. They are. This ship. Oops. This ship is just about to ram into this ship and kill everybody on board anyway. but they are also firing on it and trying to get it to stop. And so the Vodenseye is also taking damage as this is happening. So yeah, that works, and like all the Space Vikings are like tossed out into space, die in the cold, and then the I'm gonna roll for ship damage on the Lucky Yo. I got a 6 and a 5, which is an 11, which takes out the turret, and the turret explodes and opens up to space, and so also the Lucky Yo is now drifting away from the ship. You can see the Lucky Yo going off into space.
Okay, make a dash for it. We gotta get out
Do
there.
our back suits have like, can they propel us at all? Like an astronaut
thrusters?
suit can?
No, and you used your fire extinguisher.
I thought they had little. Oh well.
But, so those with back suit 2 can reliably spacewalk. Everyone else either needs to come up with a plan, or you have to make a roll to see if you can not drift off into space into the battle.
Could we tie ourselves to the members that could spacewalk?
What are you going to tie yourself with?
I
net.
have my fishing line.
You have a net, and you have fishing line. Finally, the fishing line. Finally.
Slowsex fishing line.
That adventure in Walston, let me tell you, it's all comes full circle.
You unspool this ridiculous fishing line, and you like hold it with your glove, and with the people with back suit 2 or higher are able to like manage to spacewalk out to the ship. It's stupid, but I can't deny that you have that fishing line. And the Vodenseye slams into this battle cruiser.
This is nose to tail adventuring. Every part of the ox.
We gotta be economical.
Even though there's a huge gouge in 2 places, and you're operating on three hours of total oxygen from your vac suit, the space battle is, it's turning against the Space Vikings thanks to your intervention, and the weapon is not loosed from it. You do not have a jump drive. You could either submit or you could dive to the planet. Or if you have any other ideas. I mean,
Who would we be submitting to?
the ICZ Navy, or to the Reavers, or to the Space Vikings, or the Independents. All of those are worthy of a laugh. I think you've made them all mad. I don't think there's anyone else left that you haven't made mad at this point.
I have a couple questions. We have legal representation from Rock of Undra. Happen? Would that be recognized by the Iderati control zone?
Not-
Since they're
not-
technically Imperial.
Not by the corrupt arm of the Imperials that are too detached from the Duke.
Yeah. Well, I think. I honestly
let's get rid of
think
this gunfire.
I mean, the lady's on its way in a few weeks. Maybe we could just lay low on Iderati somewhere.
Yeah, I vote for that as well. I don't think turning ourselves in is gonna end well.
I
Okay,
agree.
I see Iderati too. Yeah.
so you do a hasty deorbit, and you bring the ship, and it's buffeting. There's like holes. It's like a Boeing airplane, like stuff's flying out as you're like coming into the atmosphere. You're worried that it may just burn you up. There's that problem, but you've got your vac suit on, and it probably really destroys the interior. You got like nice clothes and nice stuff that he's got in this thing that is flying out, but you're able to land on the planet. No one died.
got close.
Damn it.
A little bit close.
Does that mean I'll win the bet?
Only
not-
because you
game's
saved
not over
Shipley's
yet.
life. You fixed it.
There's still
you
time.
cheated, right? Actually, it looks like Shipley won, and Doc Ocean. Doc Ocean, I thought you said that you voted against No, I didn't
No,
mark
I
you.
said Lothak would die, and Doc Ocean actually.
Okay. Yeah, so Doc Ocean's
Yeah, I
the
think
only
it's
one
just
that won.
Ocean.
Yeah, Doc Ocean's the only one that won, I think.
I had to be spiteful and go after Chapman. Lessons learned.
Everybody loses 50 credits.
Hold
And
on. I bet for everybody.
okay. Everybody but Bellamy
I'm
and Doc
flattered,
Ocean
Captain.
lose 50 credits. And let's see.
Keep it. Buy me a drink later.
I was actually just about to ask if Vampire Landleth had like a liquor cabinet anywhere here.
Yeah, but it's utterly ruined. That's the terribly sad thing. Although you have like a little bit. Actually, no. There's. You know what? Let's roll for it. Actually, that deserves a chaos die. Okay, nice. Okay. There's one bottle of like what's something really kind of trashy but pretentious at the same time. Amasec or something like in the back.
Zima.
Yes.
Oh, the story of the hands through which it has changed through the years.
I didn't even know who he killed to get that bottle. But anyways, that's the one bottle of stuff, and you land in a forest where you're able to survive for several weeks. And before we end the adventure tonight, so next week we'll talk about what results from this. But before we end, is there anything else that you all want to do marooned here on this planet for a while you repair this ship and try to sneak your way out without getting detected by the ICZ?
I want to go hunting.
Hunting.
Yeah.
Let's see if Books dies from that.
No.
We'll resolve that in a second. Anybody else? That would be hilarious. I will roll to see if
so
something
angry.
happens.
Safely hunting.
Yes, of course.
There are space velociraptors on this planet, actually.
You start hearing noises, like bird noises around you, fluttering.
I think Magnus is gonna go. He's gonna like put on a disguise and just like completely lay low for the entire time.
Okay.
So, just
I
to
mean,
be
I'm
clear,
recovering.
Yukon owes us a jump 2 drive, right?
Yes.
And the Lucky Yo is the jump 1 drive, right?
Yeah.
Or thrust 2?
No.
Okay.
The Lucky O has a thrust 2 and jump 2.
Okay, so good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anybody else want to do anything just right after the battle before we resolve that really quick? Okay.
I patched Shipley up if I haven't already.
Makes sense. Yeah. So within like a week, Shipley's good to go again. I'm gonna roll to see if you find any animal encounters. You do find an animal. Books. Let me see what animal you find.
Oh no.
I mean, you said it.
One of those little
It's not
things
the pigs,
from
is it?
Walston.
The beetle pigs.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5. There are these.
I'm about to get eaten by a wolf.
I have great news. Actually, make sure you're not surprised. Okay, this might not be great news. All right, you have to not roll a 1. Don't roll a 1.
Okay.
On a 2d6 roll?
On a d6 roll for the surprise roll for this encounter. For books only. Okay, you rolled a 3. Okay, great news. You see a herd of 5 things that look like beetles, but they're the size of cows. They've got a insectoid head and a carapace armored kind of body, but with like this like spindly tail. And there are all these things, these shiny, glowing green things that are swarming over their carapace, and they're just slowly lumbering around. You see 5 of them.
Why is this great news?
Well, because they haven't turned and found you and killed you yet.
That is great news. That is very great news. So I observed them, and I'm so touched by their unique composition that I decide to slowly back away and make my way back to the ship a changed man.
Nice. Okay. You leave the Occubugs in peace.
Yes.
And and that's the story. He's a changed man now. Let's see here. So, but right before we go, the last thing is eventually you repair your ship. And eventually you make it back to the surface of Elizabeth. And there in the hands of maybe this one. They're in the hands of an Imperial agent, with no promise that you would have succeeded, is his faith in you, and you find an octant. And you have two ships: the Lucky Yo, which has a dirty transponder and marks you as a criminal, and the Lady of Mercia, which also does. And here in this like half torn open trailer is the dead body of Yukon.
Wow.
So, I just want to be clear. When Sarah said that she wanted the lady, she said she wanted it to explore, right?
Yes.
We have also not neutralized Sarah by any metric, right?
No.
She's just sitting there in the flight case.
Yeah, so far.
Okay.
What do you all
I don't
do?
know.
Take the octant, walk away, go get your ship parts, and fly off into the wild blue? Or
As far as I'm concerned, yeah.
all right.
I don't see any particular need to. Question is, we should sell, right? We should sell the Lucky Yo, right? Or should we sell the lady?
Well, Sarah is going to own the lady. I'm wondering,
Right.
Captain, if you'd object to this. I would take the Lucky Yo.
With Sarah?
I would keep it in a life of traveling. I don't want to be exploring the universe with Sarah. I'm sorry, I'm not terribly interested in that. That ship also still has a mortgage on it, and the Lucky Yo does not.
Yeah, but the mortgage is going to come for us anyway. All they have to do is find out where we are.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
how do we-
saying the Lucky Yo is paid for, but to be clear, it's actually not.
Right.
It's a dirty ship that has all kinds of marks against it, and people are going to try to hunt you down. And you stole it. The bank owns that.
And killed the owner.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Sorry, we talked about this last session. We said that was like one of the nice things about it is that it doesn't have that baggage. I mean,
I didn't say it didn't have the baggage, but I still think it's not a bad thing to have a ship. You're just going to have to be on the run and figure out how to scrub it and run it,
I thought we had said like it doesn't need bank payments, like it's paid off.
I'm sorry. There's a miscommunication. I just assumed you weren't going to pay.
Is she okay for the question? Is she okay with the proposition of us charting a course and taking her on a tour?
I mean, well, yeah.
Yeah. So really, we can let her not to get too meta, but in the Swords and Wizardry game, for example, I charmed a kobold who was convinced that he was my boss. I suggest a similar arrangement. Wherever we go, it's going to be
Yeah.
exploration for her, and having her at our side is not a bad thing at all.
And I'm not saying you can't keep the Lucky O. Like, I'm just saying, you're going to
No,
have
I
to.
think
it's
two
not
ships
as
is more.
it's
We
not
don't
as
have the
appealing
crew.
anymore.
We don't have the crew. We don't need the extra. It's a huge extra headache.
You can
for not
also
enough
turn it in, look what I found, and make some money from the bank, and I'm not sure yet. I can figure out kind of what the numbers are, but, it's not exactly salvage, though. It is owned by someone, and it turns out not by Vampire Landleth, who, it turns out, also wasn't super great on his bills.
Is
Never
Lothak
mind then,
alive
there goes
still?
my idea.
Is there a bounty on Vampire Landleth anywhere?
Probably. There's probably a lot of them.
Great.
I'll look at that. Yeah. So okay, as a starting point here, it sounds like you're going to find yourselves back on the Lady of Mercia. Anyways, as you try to figure all this out, and you got a Lady of Mercia and
Take Lady of Mercia.
you jump 2 and thrust 2, and a souped up power plant. And
Okay, now. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry.
now, well, just for right now, with that information, we'll figure out kind of what happens in the subsector next time, but for now, that ends the adventure for the night. Mythic Traveler is a Space Western Merchant Classic Traveler campaign in the Mythic Mountains RPG Play Club. The music's by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech and Greg Gibson with Timberzeel. Classic Traveler is one of the first tabletop role-playing games, and the first sprawling space simulator game ever created, by Mark Miller and Games Designer Workshop. You can find the free facsimile rules of Classic Traveler by Far Future Enterprises in the description. Mythic Mountains RPG is an online play club that focuses on folk RPGs. Those are the RPGs that aren't run or controlled by some huge corporation, and they don't have some set way to play, and ain't nobody can tell you how you can play them. We play them, however, is the right way, and that's the way we want to do it. The table is the authority. We upload our games weekly on YouTube for everyone to enjoy and sit in without performances, fancy equipment, or monetization. It's just a group of people playing folk RPGs our way. You're welcome to join us, but until then, be safe out there between jumps.